Katie had this dog named Honey, and she had found it on number 8 Mountain and brought it home. And then she tied it up and kind of just left it, you know. And so we took care of it. And when she would come, because she was living in Princeton, and when she'd come, she'd let her loose and let her run around and stuff. Well, as she got bigger, they had got this chain to tie her up with. Well, we didn't know it, but the chain had got hooked in Jack Heffinger's fence and had got twisted. And the kids would take food out to her and stuff, and we didn't really know that the chain was too tight around her neck. And the kids come running in the house one day and they were like, something is bad wrong with Honey, her neck's bleeding, and but you gotta come check it out, Poppy. So Dad went out to check it out. Well, the chain was too tight around her neck, and it had cut into her. It had slit her throat.
Oh my word.
Okay. So Dad got her untangled, and we got her, and we got the chain loose, and it was just into the skin. It wasn't into the meat or anything. But he sewed her neck back up and doctored her. Well, she kept wanting to dig at it, you know? And Dad's like, we gotta figure out some way to keep this dog from digging at this stuff, okay? So, he had to re-stitch her up. And the only thing he could find was an old piece of wood molding. You know, like this for to go on the corners of stuff.
Yeah.
And he put it on her back leg
and made it stiff so
and
it
banded it up and made it stiff so she couldn't bend it to scratch it. And we had a time trying to get that dog better. Huh?
What about her other back leg? I guess she couldn't.
It was just like on this one side over
Oh.
here. It wasn't the whole neck.
Yeah.
It was just had dug in like over here.
We
But we have had Tom, the old tomcat that Dad had to give shots to. Donald had gone fishing over in the creek, and he caught a fish that's probably about that big, a little bitty old fish, but he was proud of it. And so he came bringing it, carrying it up the driveway, still attached to the hook on the end of his fishing line. And here he come carrying that fishing pole with that little bitty fish hanging off the end of it. Hollering for Dad, oh, look what I caught and all this. And so Thomas saw it. And before Donald could get to us to show us the fish, Thomas had already ran and got to him and jumped up and swallowed that fish whole in midair while it was still hooked on the hook.
Who's Thomas?
This big old black cat we have in Oswald, girl. And got the fishing hook caught in the roof of his mouth and up through his gums. The fish hook was caught in it. So Poppy had to get him and get that fish hook out.